I realised something the other day whilst I'm working on the High Standards Women Finishing School, which is a huge project I'm pulling together. My attention to detail has dialed all the way up. I'm looking at everything I do with so much more care, love, and respect. And you know that saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. Well, it's clicking on a deeper level for me now. And in the process, what I'm noticing is I'm transcending those old patterns of impatience and frustration. And I laugh because, yeah, they still pop up. Sure. And I was doing some work this morning, and yet I'm able to hold the space for the part of me that gets agitated, gets frustrated, gets impatient. And I'm able to soothe it. I'm able to come from my higher self. I call her our inner muse, because here's what's happened and happening in my life. I'm living from my higher self. I'm living from the part of me that Carl Jung calls the self. And the other parts of me that pop up and used to run the show, they're not calling the shots anymore. They're not calling the shots anymore. And that's what happens when you work with me. And today, what I'm going to be sharing is a snippet from the High Standards Women Finishing School. It's another one of the core concepts. There's 9 of them. Last week, I touched on very briefly the Cartier factor. And this week, I'm going to be talking about the Atelier Mindset and why and how that's all about you demanding more from yourself. Welcome, welcome to the Star Monroe Show, hosted by your bold and flamboyant host right here, Star Monroe, myself, psychotherapist, master life coach, and founder, indeed, of the High Standards Woman. This podcast, just in case you were wondering, we're going to make sure you're in the right place, is for the ambitious, driven woman who demands more. She says as she slams her fist down on her desk, who's ready to align with their highest self in a muse, embody their inherent worth, because baby, that worth is there. All you're doing is chipping away at all the conditioning that's told you otherwise. And so you can magnetize anything and everything you desire into your life. Yes, I know that's you. I can see you nodding your head. So let's dive in, or sashay into the Atelier mindset and remind you about Desperella. So on one hand, there is the Atelier mindset and its choice to approach life as an artist would, with intention and precision, creating something that truly reflects who you are. On the other side, there's Desperella. And if you're like, oh, who's Desperella? Go back a couple of episodes and I dive in. I think I spent 4 episodes talking about Desperella. She's the part of you that convinces you to settle for just enough. Oh, this is enough. This is okay. I need to be grateful. This is okay. And it doesn't matter whether that's in your relationships, career, business, dreams. But when you make, well, when you don't question her to start off with, that's when you end up with a life that is, let's say, half a life. You've got a life, everything probably looks okay, but deep down, you know there is more. That's always been the factor in me. I always knew there was more. I just didn't realize it was me that had to make the changes. And the thing is that people will say, oh, you just need to ignore your inner critic. You need to move on and focus on what you want. And I do as well. Actually, let me just catch myself here. There's paradox. I do tell you to focus on what you want, focus on what you already have. It's a game changer. That's part of the Atelier mindset. But you can't kick Desperella to the curb. You cannot ignore her. You can't diss her, and you definitely cannot bad mouth her. You want to make these parts of you, because basically Desperella is frightened. She's scared. She's scared of the unknown. She's scared of not making it, not getting it. She's scared of failure. She's scared of rejection. She's scared of abandonment. Desperella is this whole cornucopia of all those parts of you that are scared. And so we have to pay reverence to Desperella. We have to respect her. And indeed, she is a fierce protector. And what I've learned as you unravel this and you go deeper, you release the energy that Desperella's been using to keep you stuck because she's scared, and you release that energy and you use it into it gets poured into your creativity, gets poured into your authenticity. And this is why one of the books that I read over and over again is The Gene Keys. It says that when you meet people that are living authentically and in alignment, they have this vibrant energy that seems to naturally course through them. It's because they've directed it from their fears and into their creativity. So it's your job, your quest, as you are on this path of becoming a high standards woman, is to make Desperella your ally. So as you befriend her and you start to understand her and you start to go deeper into what's underneath, which probably is some kind of core wounding. We've all got some kind of core wounding in there. You are able to stop letting her steer the way, and you begin to step into a version of you, the version of you, that the self version, the higher self version, is who, I know I keep saying the same thing, but in alignment and authenticity, that's when you're always going to get what you want. So this is your nudge to stop coasting through life, to stop bumbling, and start being intentional with every part of your life, like an artisan, the Atelier Mindset. Take a second as well. Let's do a little inventory right now. Take a second right now to think about the people that you hang around with. Are they bringing out your best, or are they keeping you small? Are they gossiping, moaning, complaining? Are you gossiping, moaning, and complaining? The thing is, you want to hang around with people that are asking a little more of you, that are really encouraging you to dream bigger, to really get passionate and enthusiastic about what it is that you want to create in this life. No one else is going to do it for you. That's your job. But you want to be hanging around with these people. And the thing is, if you're hanging around with people that are moaning, groaning, complaining, they're in their victim mindset, their archetypal energy, you're going to get dragged down with it. It's really hard. So, look, you don't have to cut anyone off with a dramatic flourish. Well, not unless you want to, but you can choose to gracefully distance yourself from these people that don't uplift you. Stop talking to them. You can listen, but you don't need to add your 2 pence worth. You don't need to say anything. I always say exit fast, exit. And then let's have a look, while we're doing this inventory, let's have a look at you, how you're spending your time. Are you indeed treating your life like an artisan, crafting their masterpiece? Or are you getting lost in the scroll, procrastinating the day away? Also, you're not a procrastinator. There is a part of you that procrastinates. And the part of you that procrastinates is a pattern, it's a behavior. And again, she's learned that. She's learned to do that. It will give you something. And also it will protect you against something. Can you see where I'm going with this? It's procrastination is not the problem, it's a symptom of something deeper. Oh, I'm not a psychotherapist for nothing. I love doing this work. It's so intriguing to me, and to kind of pull back the layers of myself and my clients as well. So, are you being intentional about your time? And I look at my time like it's the most precious resource. And so the Atelier Mindset asks you to really care. There's the word. That's what came to me this morning when I was journaling. Gosh, I really care. I care about my work. I care about myself. I care about how I'm moving through life. And that's a big shift from someone who hated herself for so many years. I know change is possible. The thing is, I've already said, like, I know the version of you is inside you. She's there. She's whole. She's vibrant. She's waiting for you to chip away at all the conditioning and the brainwashing that you've taken on board. So the Atelier Mindset asks you to care about how you're spending your moments, your days, and also, like, come on with how you're talking to yourself. You know words are spells, don't you? Words are spells. Put yourself under a spell that encourages you to evolve, to grow, to have more courage, to explore, to experiment with life. And yes, I am not going to sit here on my throne telling you that this is all easy. It's not. It takes effort and commitment. But living our life half lived, ugh, that's going to drain your energy. You are going to become resentful, bitter. You're going to project all your stuff out onto everybody else. You're going to moan. You're going to complain. You're going to get jealous. You're going to get envious of everyone living their lives. I know. I've been there. Gosh, that sounds hard. That sounds hard. It is hard. I've been there. But when you do this work, when you commit to yourself, when you demand more from yourself, you build something that is just your own. It's a life that makes sense to you, not anybody else. We don't worry about anybody else. We worry, it's you. Actually, we don't even worry. What a waste of energy worrying. And so I want you to think about those grand European palaces, or even indeed, here I am in Turkey, all the tombs and the beautiful buildings they have here, the mosques. Those took years of careful crafting, meticulous crafting. The love, the care, the attention, the adoration that goes into those buildings. You get to pour that into you as a choice that you get to make. You have what it takes to become the high standards woman who always gets what she wants. I know it. I see it. I'm sashaying along beside you on your journey. And I'm just quickly looking for, if you want to go in and look at a little bit more about Desperella, check out episodes 116, 117, 118, and 119. You're welcome for me diving into those really deeply. I am so grateful that you are here with me, spending your valuable, your precious time and energy. It is not going unmissed. Sending you a big kiss from me to you. And a reminder to join me each week for transformational conversations, insights, and strategies to help you rise up as I swish my arm around in a flourish, embrace unapologetic confidence, and live a life of excellence that makes sense just for you. It's time to become the woman who always gets what she wants.